Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, it's fitting weather for this weather, this Valentine's Day, February 14th, because I've been forced to make a very difficult decision of the heart on Valentine's Day, and that is my friend Buddy, my cat, the Siamese cat. It's come to the point where I'm going to have to capture him myself. They gave me the cage because the neighbor upstairs is not only, he says, allergic to cats, he's been taking pictures of Buddy sitting by his door. I recorded the audio of me going down there. I'll put that up later. This is just an aftermath of, I already got rid of Mama Cat because she was a nuisance, coming up here all the time. Not a nuisance to me, but, it looked like it was my cat because she was always coming to me. And again, another one that she wouldn't come close to anybody else, so that's why they were having a hard time capturing her. When I went out the door, the maintenance guy was right across from me, and fortunately, Buddy wasn't in here. He had already, left. But he said, that's where Buddy's going to be in. He said, can you get close to that Siamese cat? And I said, yeah, I can get close to him. And he said, well, he told me, that's what the guy's been complaining about. He's been complaining to front office about it and everything. And like I said, I'll upload the video of that whole conversation, but, I tried to offer Stripe Face as the one, if you need to take a cat away, take Stripe Face away. But no, it came down to, it's not just any cats. He want that guy, the enemy, public enemy number one, which I will call him now. I don't know who he is. He's a faceless, nameless person, but because his apartment, my door is right here by the stairway. If I would have been on any apartment up here upstairs, he would have complained. But because it's right here up on the front of the steps, any cats that come up or hang out right there, he's got to walk past. Well, if you're allergic to cats, it's only if you pet them and stuff. It's not. I don't know. I don't want to downplay it too much, but I think he just doesn't like cats. And I could be wrong about that. This is just my anger going through because, like I said, something was going to happen. I had plenty of time to do this if I wanted, to save up the money and stuff, and I should have, but I didn't prioritize it. Things were just working out, without me having to do that. And now it's come to the point where I'm going to have to capture Buddy. So, this is like my last weekend with him because I told the maintenance guy, I'll try to capture him, office hours when he's at work, but it may be on the weekend. If I talk to him again, I may do it Saturday because I don't want to think about it a lot. But this way, it's in a no-kill shelter. They're already all full here. He couldn't take it to the local one because they didn't even want to take the mama cat, but with her pregnant and everything else. But Buddy, on Valentine's Day, Buddy, he's a feral cat that I tamed, basically. He even knows how to use a litter box if he has to, but he doesn't prefer to. But he can do that. But, that's what he lives in. And the life of a feral cat is like 2 years, maybe 3. Well, he's already exceeded that. I think I've known him at least 2 years, but I lose track of time. But anyways, yeah, that's what's happening now, and um, it's a hard thing to do, but it's it's something that has to be done. You either it's all right to feed stray cats. I don't want to get down to where I know I get a lot of thumbs down probably whenever a cat video comes up that either I'm not talking about knives or I'm not talking or if I'm talking about cats, I'm not talking about cats in the way that they would do it. They would adopt them and they would do this and they would do that. Well, you know what? That's you. You have a different life. You have a different things. You have different situations going on. This is just me. I don't have a job. I'm on Social Security. I don't get paid a crap ton of money on my YouTube videos. Um, this is my only source of income, Social Security, and with the rent and everything, that's what's at risk right now. If they catch me with the cat, they can slap a $300 deposit on it. Plus, I think it's an additional at least $25 a month more per month for your rent, just for pet maintenance or just for having a pet. The $300 is a non-refundable pet deposit. They figure you're going to do $300 worth of damage just having a pet. And this apartment's old. The carpet needs to be replaced. I've been in here at least since 2012. So there's lots of stuff that needs to be repaired in here. So I probably won't get the regular deposit. I figure I'm going to die here. I'm not going to go unless I get kicked out or can't. So they're going to find me in that chair. They're going to find me in this chair. The only way they're going to be able to tell is from the smell. But I'm cool with that. But I when I first moved here, I had two cats, and they both eventually died. Just from old age. And after the last cat, after Sparky, I went through a very long phase where I just did not want another cat. I love cats, but I didn't want another cat because I didn't want to go through that again. But, I mean, that's a guaranteed way of not having a heartbreak, This is a Valentine's thing. But, that the people say it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved before. Some romantic wrote that, because, yes, it can be thrilling and you learn a lot from love and everything, but it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved before. Well, yeah, if that's your choice, if you've never loved before. But, yeah, that's the choice you always make with pets, right? They usually have a much shorter lifespan than ours, so we get to witness their lifespan, if you're lucky, from their birth, to their death. And the death is the hardest part to take because a pet becomes closer than kids, I think, because kids grow up and you expect them to grow up. And one part of growing up as a kid is to rebel against authority and start doing things their own way. Up to a certain point, you have to mold them and take care of them, and then after that, boom. Cats are not like that. Pets are different, and the cats are independent. And if a cat accepts you, cats don't have to accept you like dogs. Dogs, oh, maybe he'll give me a bone. Cats are like, maybe he'll capture me and steal my kidneys, or sell me to that Vietnamese, or I don't want to be racist about this, but let's say that ethnic group down there that eats cats, yeah, it's just it's been a lot for me to take. That's why, when you see me putting up a lot of videos, that's when things are going good. And life is a lot. My emotions a lot of times are like a roller coaster. I sit there and I go back and forth, and I just don't know what I'm going to do. Sometimes I'm really happy. I'm not manic depressive, but I have been in this feeling. I've been feeling really good lately and putting up videos, and everything would seem to be coming together. Everything would seem to be working out and happening fine, and then boom, a guy comes along that doesn't like cats. And I thought maybe with GE gone, now that she's gone, her daughter doesn't come around anymore. So that got rid of quite a few cats, and she was a female cat. That got rid of a lot of the male cats, but there's still Buddy, and there's still Shadow. Now, Shadow is rare enough. He doesn't come by enough that he'll probably get away with not getting taken away. And I'm not going to capture Shadow. I'm not just going to let him go, I'll say I tried to catch him, but I didn't. With Buddy, no. He's going to keep coming up, and that's the best thing, I think, for him. A lot of times it's not what's best for you, it's what's best for the cat. And the best thing for him is to lose his balls, unfortunately, because besides that giving him the urge to spray and everything else if it's an indoor cat, it also increases their lifespan. It makes them a little bit less aggressive. They don't get testicular cancer. So there are a lot of advantages to that. They tend to gain a little bit of weight, be a little bit more mellow, a little bit more affectionate. But with Buddy, he's a stray cat. So, you take off part of his identity. And then with me, it was like all the expenses. I was texting my younger sister and telling her, it's not just the $300 deposit. It's the money, the extra money on that, and then besides that, I would have to have the vet. I had to take him to a vet, and I don't have a car, right now, or even the money for a vet and all this. And it's just like money, just piling up, and I don't have time to collect all this because I've got public enemy number one over here who, has taken this thing out on. He comes into a pet-friendly environment, All right. You can go to apartments that don't allow pets. So right off, he would have less of an issue if he went there. But anyway, I'm just, like I said, I'm ranting, I'm venting. I'm trying to work through what's, what a thing to do on Valentine's Day, right? What a thing to get to see on Valentine's. Butterfly swords. See, now they're repeating this one. The Forge and Fire, they're repeating it because they did this morning. So it started at 7 a.m. They started showing Forge and Fire. It's 2:40. 4:40 in the afternoon, and they're already repeating the shows. So anyway, yeah. But yeah, that's the situation. That's the cat situation. It's changed a lot lately, and that's the way it's gonna be, It's not that I didn't like him. I just liked him being able to have his independence too. I liked him to be an indoor-outdoor cat, and that may upset some people. Oh, you shouldn't do that. You should adopt him, or you shouldn't feed him at all. Well, I like cats, But around here, really, I guess I shouldn't feed them. I definitely shouldn't have them coming up to my door because they kind of give me away. And you've seen other videos where I'm walking along and I'm like the Pied Piper of cats. They're all like, meow, meow. Here he is. This is our favorite guy. I'm like, oh, shit. You guys are giving me away, man. So I have to catch Buddy. I have to put him in this trap. Now, that ain't going to necessarily be easy. I'm going to have to, even with him coming in and everything and him trusting me, he goes straight to where he wants to go. Like when he's finished eating, he comes up here, and I can pick him up. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do it quickly. But I'm going to have to pick him up. Let me turn some lights on. I'm going to have to, he's going to have his last meal with me. And he usually sleeps on top of this right here. So it's easy to scoop up. I can have the cage down there. Or even sitting right here. If I can get it close enough. And I just got to get him from there to the cage, without him freaking out too much. I could try to disguise it, and over a period of time have him go in there and get comfortable with, like it was a cat carrier. But no, this is just a trap. I have to trap him. And it's either that or I could, potentially face all these fines and eviction, So, I mean, that wouldn't help him out either, That's not going to help Buddy out. So, unfortunately, will you be my Valentine? But I love that cat, man. I really love that cat. I wish I could adopt him, but I can't afford to. And part of that can't afford to is I just didn't prioritize it correctly. I just didn't prioritize it correctly. So, anyways, there you go. I'm gonna sit here and try to watch Forged in Fire and figure out what I'm gonna do with my life. He's already eaten today. He won't be back until probably tomorrow, so I'll probably get him tomorrow morning. I'll tell that guy. I'll go talk to maintenance.